Hello, my name is Zabulus, and this is Planescape Torment. And we're done in the brothel, which leaves a few things left. Karina needs a friend. Karina was in the market, so let's. And wait a minute, film linguists. Maybe I can return the book to film linguists.
Alright.
Fuck boss? Why is there a fuck boss? This young but well-muscled thug was certainly well armed and large enough to be dangerous. He was awfully clean for the typical street tough. He's carrying a massive axe in one hand and a steel box in the other. As you near him, he puffs and scowls at you. What are you doing? Why are you looking at salt? Pike off! Before I have to scrag you. Scrag? What in the 9 planes of Bator are you talking about, you idiot? Scrag's nagged, nipped, yanked by the hardheads, you clueless apple-covered Burke. He glares daggers at Anna, but says nothing. You do seem a little well-groomed for a thug. Stop shaking your bone box, leatherhead. This is my territory, and you'll be leaving it quick, if you don't want my bloods to tear you apart. Anna snickers, shaking her head. Rattle yourself, rattling your bone box it is. I'd so like to see how long you'd last drop smack in the middle. Oh yeah, you'd last dropped smack in the middle of the hive, acting as you are. And I turn to you. Come on, let's be off. No use wasting our time with this wee stand basher would be. His face flushes angrily as he gnashes his teeth in frustration. That's it, you've piking asked for it. Get him, bloods. Really? Your funeral. Mort, go attack that. You cast me that. You. Elemental strike. Thank you. Fiery rain.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Rain of anger. Do you have any offense? Called Lightning and Spiritual Hammer. Nice. Spiritual hammer on that. You, Anna.
Might as well.
Go help Mort. And I'm going to. Oh, I think he froze. Uh-huh. Done. Interesting. Well, we will go to the market as well, since Karina's there. We can see if we can find her friend. But also to sell all this stuff. Film, I have your book. Hello? Film? Alright. Guess not. Can I do anything yet with you? No, okay. Let's head to the market then. Actually, what did I pick up? This talk to the box, really. The sturdy steel box has a thick leather handle on the top, but there's no apparent way to open the thing. It appears to be welded shut. There are a number of very narrow slits along one side, though you can't quite see into the box through them. A sickly sweet, rotting smell wafts out from the slits. As you examine the container more closely, it shifts slightly in your hands. Something's moved inside it. There's a man's voice from within. "Ho there! Is someone there by any chance? My name is Mertwin. Anyone? Hail? Hello? Thank the powers. Have you seen my body, perhaps? Perchance. It's hard to miss him. Stumbles about with his silly wooden head on his shoulders. He must have worn his feet down to stop looking for me by now. Yes, in the Civic Fest Hall. By good fortune, then, could I persuade you to return me to him? Good sir, what's in it for me? My gratitude? I could use a little something more than that. Well, sir, between my body and myself, I'm certain we could scrounge up something to your liking, sir. Could you return me first? Sure. Or now?
Updated my
Sure. Civic Festival, Market, Civic Festival. Let's sell stuff first.
All right.
Still have to sell the Angelus Eye as well.
How long will you be traveling with the succubus?
As long as I am...
Well, you're not permitted. I don't trust you.
Girls, come on. You can have that one. No, nothing to identify. No. Nope. Nothing. Cheese.
I'm gone.
Korea. Hello. Matt. Market worker, hello? Greetings. No. You. I'm guard covers. Greetings. How may I help you? Who are you? I'm Harmonian Guard Corvus citizen. I help keep the peace here at the markets. Alright. I believe it's simple. We are the light. We are the way. We are order. We are truth. We maintain and force order in the sigil. We police the city. What can you tell me of the other factions? I know little of them. Do you know someone named Byron Pickett? Yes, I'm familiar with Byron. What can you tell me about him? Anything I know about that individual is Harmonian business. Citizen, I cannot discuss such matter with strangers. Perhaps I get to know you better. Sure. He nods to you. I will help you if I can, citizen. He looks about the market expectantly. Really? Try to see what he's looking at. You glance over your shoulder and see Karina wandering nearby. Corvus seems to have his eyes locked on her as she wanders about. Her name is Karina. He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon, you know a citizen? He looks green again. A voice of an angel and such a pretty young thing. Yes. And she's also lonely. Ha! Is he the friend? Cool. I'm certain she would welcome the company of a gentleman.
Updated my journal.
He glances at you, then back to Karina. Excuse me a moment, citizen. He steps around you and heads toward Karina. Thank you, friend. A wonderful young lady. My pleasure. Okay, now tell me about Byron Pickett.
Updated my journal.
Officially, nothing. Unofficially, he's suspected of being behind most of the criminal activity here at the market. We believe him to be responsible for the murder of a merchant named Zach. His list of suspected crimes is quite long. Really, anything else?
My journal.
Yes, I would not turn my back to him, and I would think twice about being anywhere alone with him. That is all, friend. Huh. Really? Alright. Cinder, will you buy stuff? No. I need, what did I need? Level 6? Nothing interesting here. Alright. Do you buy anything there? No. 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 Yes. No. Fine.
Done.
Oh, Karina. Do I get a reward from you? Where is she? Oh, there you are. Hello again. Thank you so much, Cutter. I'm so grateful for what you did. What did I do, Karina? He sent Clovis my way. I know, because he told me so. He was afraid to approach me. Thought I had a list of suitors. Well, what I meant to say is thank you. Yeah, I wish the two of you happiness. Thank you, Cutter.
Alright.
Oh, I should actually be upgrading stuff. Yeah, saw the axe. Upgrading, I mean leveling up. Not upgrading, leveling up. Few of us have leveled up, so
I'm gone.
so yeah, let's do that first. Or actually no, I want to continue talking to Dacom.
What is your will?
No, I have to first examine the thingamajig. Yeah, that one. Actually, I should be carrying those. Unlock the 5th circle. Read the 5th circle. Zerfmon was the first to know the way of freedom, yet it was not he that first came to know the ways of rebellion. The way of rebellion. The knowing of rebellion came to the warrior queen Gif, one of the people. She had served the Illithids upon many of the false worlds as a soldier, and she had come to know war, and carried it in her heart. She had come to know how others might be organized to subjugate others. She knew the paths of power, and she knew the art of taking from the conquerors the weapons by which they could be defeated. Her mind was focused, and both her will and her blade were as one. The turning in which Zerfmon came to know Gif, Zerfmon ceased to know himself. Her words were as fires, lit in the heart of all who heard her. In hearing her words, he wished to know more. He knew not what afflicted him, but he knew he wished to join his blade to give. He wished to give his hate expression and share his pain with the Illithid. Gif was one of the people, but her knowledge of herself was greater than any Zerfmon had ever encountered. She knew the ways of flesh. She knew the Illithids, and in knowing herself, she was to know how to defeat them in battle. The strength of her knowing was so great that all those who walked her path came to know themselves. Gif was but one. Her strength was such that it caused others to know their strength, and Zerfman laid his steel at her feet.
What is your will?
Yeah, about your teachings, dude. I've read it. There is great strength in numbers, but there is great power in one. For the strength of the will of one may gather numbers to it. There is strength not only in knowing the self, but knowing how to bring it forth in others. You have come to know the fifth circle of Zerfmon. With this knowing, I impart this to you. He takes a circle, and with a deft motion he twists one of the links, so one of the blades slides forth. He hands the blade to you. Meditate upon his teachings, and the knowing of it shall give you strength. I would know more of the way of Zerfmon. Yeah, I will read the next circle. Thank you, Dapper. Let's copy the spell first.
It's in my spell book.
And now I don't need tomb plants or those. There we go. Unlock the sixth circle. Read the sixth circle. Upon the blasted plains, the Zerfmon told Gif there cannot be two skies. In the wake of his words came war. Continue reading the symbols. Upon the blasted plains, the people had achieved victory over their Illithid masters. They knew freedom. Yet before the green fires had died from the battlefield, Gif spoke of continuing the war. Many, still filled with the bloodlust in their hearts, agreed with her. She spoke of not merely defeating the Illithids, but destroying all Illithids across the plains. After the Illithids had been exterminated, they would bring war to all other races they encountered. In Gif's heart fires raised. She lived in war, and in war she knew herself. All that her eyes saw she wanted to conquer. Zerfman spoke to the beginning of that which was against Gif's will. He spoke that the people already knew freedom. Now they should know themselves again, and meant the damage had been done to the people. Behind his words were many other hearts of the people who were wary of the war against the Illithid. Know that Gif's heart was not Zerfman's heart on this matter. She said that the war would continue. The Illithid would be destroyed. The flesh would be no more. Then the people would claim the false worlds as their own. Gif told Zerfman that they would be under the same sky in this matter. The words were like bared steel. From Zerfman came the pronouncement of two skies. In the wake of his words came war. So, civil war then.
What is your will?
Yeah, dude. The civil war thing. I know that Zerfman's devotion to the people was such that he was willing to protect them from themselves. He knew the Illithids had come not to know themselves in their obsession with control and domination. So he chose to stop Gif before she carried the people to their depths. There must be a balance in all things, or else the self will not hold. You have seen the words and know them. Dagon's voice slows as his hands grip the edges of the unbroken circle. He twisted clockwise, and there is a click as two plates slide forth. Dagon stares at the two plates in his hand. He makes no move to hand them to you. Dagon, is the second blade for you? Dagon falls silent. His blade has ceased shimmering, the film freezing upon its surface. He's staring at the second blade, paralyzed. Do you know the sixth circle? Dagon looks up, but his cold black eyes do not meet your gaze. No, there is nothing more I may teach you. You know the way as the people know it, and it shall give you the direction by which you may know yourself. That's not what I asked. Do you know the sixth circle or not? Dagon is silent for a moment, then speaks, his voice slow and careful. It has come to pass that I do not know the sixth circle of Zerfmon. Once I knew it, but I know now I only saw the words. That is all. It is my path that I no longer know the way of Zerfmon. Was it because of what happened at Sraklor? I do not know. The people became divided, and the people suffered. Upon reading the Unbroken Circle, I know that I took the knowing of the fifth circle and used the power of one to bring about the sixth circle in Sraklor. In so doing, I divided the people. There was so much suffering. I carry Sraklor with me always. Dagon, there is one other thing I would know. Why is Vulca's eye in the circle of Zerfmon? It seems strange. It tells of how the people benefited from a treachery from their own, it seems. I have told you, it is part of the telling of how the people came to know freedom. Do you not listen? It tells the people that even in the greatest treachery, a greater knowing may be achieved. It doesn't sound to me like you believe that. I think there's another reason Vulca's eye is in the circle of Zerfmon. It is said that because of the sixth circle and the pronouncement of two skies. It is there to justify Zerfmon's treachery to the people upon the blasted plains. Dagon is silent and his blade bleeds into dead black, teeth rippling along the edge. He divided the people upon the blasted plains, Dagon. He divided your race, when they were on the path of victory. I would like to believe that it was because he wished to save the people from themselves, but I don't think you believe that. I do not know the sixth circle as it is known to others. I fear that the third circle, the fourth circle, and the sixth circle are more closely linked than many know. It is in that knowing that I have lost myself. In the third circle, Zerfmon submerges his will to deceive the Illithids. Then in the fourth circle, it speaks of the benefits of treachery. Then in the sixth circle, Zerfmon divided his people before they exterminate the Illithids. You think Zerfmon's words may not have been his own? Know my words, and know the wound that lies upon my heart. I fear that when Zerfmon was upon the Pillars of Silence, he did not submerge his will. I fear his will was taken from him by the Illithids, and when he spoke upon the blasted plains, it was their words he spoke. I fear what he did was not for the people's sake, but for our former masters. It's possible that no, it doesn't necessarily mean that he
Updated my journal.
Then know this and speak of it no more. Know that I shall never know the truth. There is no resolution to this matter, for I shall never know Zerfmon's heart upon the blasted plains. So I do not know myself because of the unbroken circle of Zerfmon. Let's move on. Really? That's it? Move on? Now, let's give one of the 6 circles to him.
It's in my spell book.
Yeah, and you can do the other one.
Spell has been added to my teachings.
Ah, there you go. Examine the plate, see if you can puzzle out any new combinations. As you examine the rings of the second circle, you find a strange link in the plate that mentions the labeling of the gift people to achieve the rising. A new circle emerges from the link, and you unlock it, pulling the plate forth so you can study it. Read it. Know that the rising of the people against the elephant was a thing built upon many turnings. Many were the people who lived and died on the Time's Blade while the Rising was shaped. The Rising was shaped upon a slow foundation. Steel was gathered so that it might mark elephant flesh. A means of knowing the movements of the elephants was established, at first weak and confused, and then stronger, like a child finding its voice. When the movements were known, then the elephants were observed. In observing them, their ways of the mind were known. When the ways of the elephant were known, many of the people were gathered, taught in secret the means to shield their minds, and the way to harness their will as weapons. They were taught the scripture of steel, and most importantly, they were given the knowings of freedom. These things were not learned quickly. The knowing of much of the ways was slow, and in all these things, time's weight fell upon all, from the knowing of one's reflection in the steel blade, to the knowing of submerging the will, to the knowing of seeing itself. All of these things and more the people built upon, and time they came to know the whole. Alright, dude, there's a seventh. There's a seventh circle. Dude? Yeah, there was a seventh circle within the stone of Surfmon. It spoke of the building of the rebellion against the elephants. What does this seventh circle speak of? It speaks of time as an ally, not as an enemy. It says that patience can sharpen even the smallest of efforts into a weapon that can strike the heart of an empire. Your victories may be small, but over time, a greater victory may be achieved. Will you make this circle known to me? Take the unbroken circle of Zerfmon and unlock the seventh circle. As you take the circle and twist the links, two plates slide from the interior and into your hands. You have no idea where they came from, but unbroken circle still seems intact. The seventh circle remains. Decon watches you silently. There are two plates here. Perhaps we should both study it, you and I? There's much you have come to know of the circle, and your knowing carries a greater weight than mine. Know that your path is mine, and it shall come to pass that as you know the way of Zerfmon from me, I shall know the way of Zerfmon from you. Yeah. Good. Yours, mine. Missile of Patience.
It's in my spell book.
Maximum spells for yourself. Alright. I have some leveling up to do, so maybe that will help. One more in strength. Level up Mort. Level up you.
Blade has shifted.
That means that it's not a mage level he gains. He's about 15,000 away from the mage level. It's not that far actually. You can, yeah, that's fine. They're opening doors. You level up. Can I go even further then? Oh, no, more? As you examine the rings of the seven circles of Zerfmon, you suddenly become aware of the pattern in the way the links have formed. You hook your fingers into the sides of the circle and unlock a hidden segment, pulling the plate forward so you can study it. Read the signals. Know that the mind divides the man. The will and the hand must be as one. In knowing the self, one becomes strong. Know that if you know a course of action to be true in your heart, do not betray it because the path leads to hardship. Know that without suffering, the rising would never have been. and the people would never have come to know themselves. Know that there is nothing in all the worlds that can stand against unity. When all know a single purpose, when all hands are guided by one will, and all act with the same intent, the plane themselves may be moved. A divided mind is one that does not know itself. When it is divided, it cleaves the body in two. When one has a single purpose, the body is strengthened, and knowing the self grows strong. This small round stone, blah 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 blah. There's even an 8th circle. Holy shit! There's two more than Dakon thought existed. Yeah, dude. There was an 8th circle within the Stone of Zerflon. It spoke of the vision of the mind and the importance of focus. What does the 8th circle speak of? It speaks of focus and discipline, about how not knowing oneself can physically divide the man. It also speaks of the weaknesses that division causes. It seems to me that it tells one to not only know themselves and take strength from that, but your focus can reveal weaknesses in your enemy. Will you make this circle known to me? Take the unbroken circle of Zerfmon and unlock the 8th circle. As you take the circle and twist the links, 2 more plates slide from the interior and into your hands. As with the 7th circle, you have no idea where they came from, but the unbroken circle still seems intact. The 8th circle remains. There are 2 plates here, we should both study them. And you and I think when you know the 8th circle, perhaps then you will know Zerfmon's heart when he made the pronouncement of 2 skies. His words were not those of the elephants, but of the people. Declan stares at the plates, his eyes flickering over the geometries upon them, then looks up and matches your gaze. His blade bends, shifts, until the shimmering you noticed before has become a silver glow. He seems stronger somehow. Know that when death comes for you, know that I shall meet this blade with mine. Know that when all dies around you, know I shall live for your sake. When we die, Dakon, it shall be the same death. It shall be the pronouncement of 2 deaths as one.
Updated my journal.
That sounds like the last one. Zerfmon's
It's in my
focus.
spellbook.
Can you learn the 8th one?
Spell has been added to my teachings.
So it's just the 7th one you cannot learn yet. Whoa, man. It feels wrong to let them have other spells that are not submerge the will. AC 2 against. Actually, yeah, that's better. Pain of Anger, and that's one that's better. Scripture of Steel, +1 to hit, Focus Eye. And it's failing. Submerge the Will was the, yeah. Yeah, Magic Missile, I think. So 1 Chromatic Orb and 3 missiles. Blood Bridge. I need better level 2 spells for him. Whoa, Zerfmon's focus. Saving throw, range throw. Oh, increased chance for critical attack. I need level 4 spell for him as well. So level 2 spell and level 4 spell. Right, let's organize these. don't need that many. Missile of Patience. Yeah. Adder's Kiss. One. And I only need one Adder's Kiss. One of those. Of those. And I need level 5 spells myself. Alright. How about you, Ignis? Priest Scroll. No, that's fine.
All right.
Well, that was interesting. There's no 9, right? I'm done. No, nothing new.
Done.
Alright then.
Done.
Yeah, Byron Pickett, dude. I heard you were a bad guy. Can I kill you? No. Will you... Gilsport, will you buy some stuff for me? There you go. That's worth a lot. Special permanent +1 constitution usable on the lawful good. Oh. I should have someone use it that's lawful good.
Ignis will one day kill you.
Really? Any more jobs? I'd like to sell something to you. Huh? I have a stone limblin? What will you give? What? I can sell him the limblin? I can give you a secret password and tell you where to use it. How does that? Sure. He deftly snatches the calcified limblin from you and whispers in your ear. The password is Eclipse. It can get you access to the warehouse or vault of the Ninth World. There are anarchists there. Tell them the password, but don't tell them who told you. Sure. Really? Alright. Can I talk to you? You have a name. All beholden to serve. This one is numbered among the faithful, he bows. It is my will that you know this human travels with me. Will you hear him? His words are known to me reserve, his actions are not. His shadow speaks of one who has seen combat and bested all that stood against him. Do my eyes fail to see beyond the still circle? Your question flies true. It is my will that you know we walk the same path. Will you hear him? I will hear him, Zerth. Who are you? I am Halkein, soldier of the Gisterai. I am here to gather supplies. I have discovered that this city is like Trigor's gem, oft praised, but little of value is to be found in it. The air is poor for one of the people, and those within it do not know themselves. They are mere shells. Where did you get your scars? He raises his arms and holds them to his face, then his chest. In a reverent gesture, the scars that bedeck my face come from my encounter in the halls of Ilsensign. Whereas my band was nearly devoured by cowardly illithids. The scar upon my upper torso comes from the weak-driven blade of a Githyanki kinstealer. He nods at your scars. Speak the history of your scars. It is a sign of honor to ask about one's scars. It shows respect for your history. I don't recall how I earned most of them. They have come from so many battles that the tale would be torn. Yeah, I do not recall. His expression alters slightly, whether in confusion or contempt, you cannot tell. How can scars not tell stories of how they came to be? I have lost the memory of their past, and my past as well. Just lament then, and mourn your loss and of mind and history. Where did you get your tattoos? They speak the history of my kin and grant me their strength and minds. One etched by Arjarok of the Isle of Seal tells of my kin, Gilikai, who buried his enemies in the walls of Schlachtlor. Another here was inscribed by Fel, the Taoist who walks, and tells of the Battle of Roji and myself as we fought 7 Sladi in the plains of Limbo before the 8th silenced Roji's mind. Speak the history of your tattoos. They speak of the obstacles I have overcome and the tales of my past lest I forget them. Your tales are noted, sword ringer. Thanks, you spoke of Fel. The Taoist who walks is a master of the craft. Some tattoos tell tales, others tell of the spirit. The tattoos that the Fel inscribes upon the skin then strength of the body and strength of the mind based on the tale. What kind of strength? Where can I find him? In the hive. What kind of strength can his tattoos give? The tattoo of Roji, he who spilled the life of 7 Sladi, gave me strength in my limbs. Sure, I already knew that. What is the difference between Gitzerai and Githyanki? His eyes narrow and he spits on the ground. They are a pack of lying, thieving, treacherous dogs and not to be trusted in any manner. Should you encounter one, remember the lessons of Silkon's heart and Vilka's eye, and remember that Githyanki are trebly worse. What are those lessons? Sadant and Vilkar were noted for their cruelty and their treachery, and they were of the Gitzerai people. Their excesses pale when compared to the Githyanki, the stoniest hearted breed of vermin to sail the Silver Sea. Can you teach me to speak your language? You have with you an incomparable master of the tongue. Ask him. Perhaps he shall teach you. I already did that. Did I? Hang on. Taco?
What is your will?
Did I already do that? Yeah. Oh, I haven't. Can you teach me the way in which your people speak? Will you teach me?
Updated my journal.
Can I talk to you again? Kina? I would have you hear me. What is it, Dakar? It is my will that we not speak to this woman. I hear you. We will speak to her anyway. Why do you insult the unbroken circle of Zerfman by continuing to write against your heart? You are not numbered among the people. Betrayer of Slacklord, Anarchs, and the Zerfs have spoken, and their word shall be obeyed. You are not to speak your mind to me, or to any Zerf. Will you hear this human when he speaks? His words carry the weight of yours, and have the shape of Limbo's form. I will not hear you, Dagon. He travels with me, Kina, disciple of Zerfman. He comes to you to hear the words of Zerfman, which you as a Zerf must impart. Will you hear him? The words of Zerfman are not for the ears of a human to be heard. Their minds are not as one, and they bring division wherever they travel. This one wears a shirt of scars and blood, and he travels with a traitor. A Vilker's heart beats within your chest, if you ask if I will hear him. Will you close your mind to his words? Know your words before you speak your mind, Kina, the Zerf of Zerfman. I will not hear him, you will hear me. That is sufficient, she will teach you. The gift woman turns to you. Her black pearl eyes glint dangerously. You are not known to me, but your trappings speak ill of you. Your body is a book written in scars and blood, and you walk in the shadow of a pariah that claims to speak for Zerfman himself. Speak your minds. Greetings, Swordringer. Your pleasantries are as dust. The sign of morning draws near. How short, human. I would know your questions, and it is my will you leave. What did you mean when you said I walk in the shadow of a pariah? You walk with a pariah and not know his history? He is quick to speak other words, but of his history has remained silent. Ask him of Shraklor, of the fall of the mighty fortress to the Githyanki, and see what his divided mind reveals to you. Ask him how he speaks with Zerfman's words, but his karak is as mist. It is not the Zerfman's words that lack conviction, it is their echoes that have been distorted. There is no doubt in how Zerfman's mind is spoken. Generations of Zerf are as Rakma's jewel, of one mind on this matter. Your stance carries with it the divided mind. The doubt is yours, an echo cast from your own faithlessness. Your words speak not the mind of Zerfman, they are shaped of angles and hate, as if molded from Gif's mind itself. You shall lie within the death of Shraklor in shifting chaos, for you see all with Vilker's eye. Your mind is divided, your karak weak. Stand in the way of the blades. As if in sensing your intent, Dakon speaks to you without breaking gaze. He holds with Kina. Hold fast and do not stand in the way of our blaze. Yeah, okay. Let them fight. The blades of the two fly at each other in the whirlwind of motion. And done. I did not want that to happen, but I don't think I have any choice.
Done.
Unfortunately. Sebastian. Ah, nothing.
All right.
Oh. Seems the folks have learned they're not attacking me all the time anymore. The warehouse was here, right? Yeah, let's check out the anarchists.
Done.
What do we need the succubus for? She'll turn on us, she will.
You know what? Let's talk to you.
Yes?
Can you teach me anything of the art race? No. Yeah, you're a priest, I know.
Yes?
Can you tell me of the Tenari? They are fiends. You are a Tenari? That's correct.
Yes?
Fall from grace. The naming of names is blah blah blah. Is fall from grace your real name? Perhaps, perhaps not. I think the name which is earned, the name which is given. No, the one that's earned. That may be so. Why do you think that? Because a name that is earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells of what you've accomplished. Your point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Would it matter? It's an earned name. It matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. I've fallen from my people. Some would say risen from my people, perhaps. But fall feels more right to me. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Yes, perhaps this is why it felt as it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Fall from grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue of her eyes. It's turbulent, like the ocean before a storm. I have felt so. Yet in speaking to you, you have caused me to realize some things. Yeah, my thanks. Yeah, if you want to talk about it, let me know.
Yes? Yes?
Mm-hmm. What did you wish to discuss? Yeah, talk about your feelings for me. A lady must have her secrets. Oh, really? What's the situation? Well, shadows keep coming to kill me. I don't know why. Shadows. Yeah. Actually, we're going to visit the anarchist the next time. Already been about 40 minutes, so please, please what? Please what? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll see you next time for more Planescape Torment.